tape. Weekdays at 5:30 p.m.
Engaging, enlightening, and a little bit entertaining. Fazir Muhammad always gets straight to the point. Join him every morning for Straight Talk on all the latest local, regional, and international affairs in TV6's Morning Edition from 6 a.m. to 8 weekdays right here on CCN TV6.
Welcome to another edition of Hotline.
Tune in for Hotline News every Monday at 4:30 p.m. and this Saturday at a special time of 1 p.m. right here on CCN TV6.
In a few minutes, Fatima College faces Speyside High School at home here on Mucurapo Road, St. James, Trinidad. Also happening today, Naparima College hosts St. Anthony's College. St. Augustine Secondary face a tough one against St. Benedict's, and Pleasantville Secondary play Carripachaima East. Now, good afternoon to you, Brent. We have been talking a lot about those who have been on top of the table. But right now, let's touch on those who are still fighting to return for the 2023 Premiership. So we know St. Augustine is at the bottom of the table. But after today, they play against both Fatima and Speyside.
Yeah, it's a difficult one for St. Augustine. Of course, we talked about when we spoke to the head coach about the challenges they've had coming into this season, particularly in the young squad that they had. And they would have had to, of course, cement to get into this competition. It has not gone well for the Green Machine. They've really struggled, and one would have to suggest, Siobhan, that this may be the season that they go down a division.
Right, Brent, as we know, goal difference makes the difference. Carripachaima East and Pleasantville Secondary are on 3 points each, yet Cap's goal difference is a whopping -20. They are matched today, so what do these both teams need to work on moving forward?
Well, as we look at Pleasantville and Carripachaima results and not results, the games to come, that game right there, round 6 game between Pleasantville and Carripachaima, that's the decider right there. It's what we call a 6-pointer in football. The team that wins that game would feel more or less that they're safe from, of course, relegation, and it's going to be a straight up one game for both teams. That would be an absolute cracker.
Back just a little bit to today. How do you think this is going to go down today? What are your thoughts?
Well, I have to be careful of what. So he's going to make sure that I say the right things as it relates to Fatima College. Look, they've been in a good run of form. They've done well here on this patch at Fatima College ground. They're a team to beat right now. So all indications suggest that they should win. But football is a funny game. Speyside has been very inconsistent. 2 wins, 2 losses. Maybe today could be one of those wins. Who knows? But Fatima College, maybe a sure bet for all 3 points.
Well, we're going to find out today. Remember, you can catch us on SportsMax, TV6, CEEN TV, and Tiger Tank's YouTube channel. Right now, we're going to toss it over to Colin Murray.
Okay, well, here are the teams just about getting ready to come out onto the field of play. And Fatima in yellow, Fatima and Speyside in red. So we're having a look at actually Speyside in a very multicolor there with some blue, some white, some yellow. So it's going to be a really interesting game here as Fatima need to win to stay top of the group with both Naparima and St. Benedict's breathing down their necks. As Fatima on in terms of goal difference ahead of St. Benedict's and just 1 point ahead of Naparima. So it's going to be really, really tough as there are the officials, the teams making their way on either side of the officials. So there are the Fatima players just exchanging pleasantries with the Signal Hill players. Well, there are the officials, of course, for today. So the referee, and there is the referee, Timothy Derry, is the man in charge of the whistle, and Anton Gill and Com Nicholas is the other officials. So there are the three officials for today's game. Timothy Derry is the man in charge of the whistle. So Brent, of course, it's going to be a really interesting encounter, but you've got to say Fatima is going to start as favourites.
Yes, certainly they're favourites here this afternoon. But you know, Colin, this Speyside team and what we saw of them against Naparima College, they were solid at the beginning. Of course, the injuries and all the other particulars that played a part for that result eventually. Going to get here today with Speyside. I
remember against Naps, they conceded 7, but they lost their captain and the very influential CEEN early in the game. Let's have a quick look at the team. Speyside, of course, their goalkeeper Fraser. Then there's Dalrymple, Burnett, CEEN, the skipper, and he's back in the central position. Toppin, Trim, Eastman, Gray, Batiste, Williams, and Brooks. And the coach is Akko George. And the play has just got underway as Fatima in Speyside coming on that right side through Gray. Williams, and he is not able to, you could see his idea trying to take it around. Striker in Toppin was not able to do that, and he had to play it out. It's going to as throw in, but it's going to be another throw down that right side. This one, but it actually, the assistant referee on the far side said it came off of a Fatima player. And Fatima will concede a corner to Speyside. So Speyside, they've started on the front foot, Brent.
Yeah, they started brightly so far. Of course, a corner.
And here coming out with good ball. This is Mason with the first chance of the game. Mason! Oh, that's a good save from the keeper using his feet. But that was a long ball straight up to the striker in Joshua Mason. He should have done better, Brent.
Yeah, he should have done better. Angles. and he just thought that he would have slotted.
So this is lovely ball, plays right through to looks like to be the Gans, and finally it's cleared up field. It's in the middle with Alcantara. He's playing it to Hospitalis. This young Hospitalis guy, 4 games they've played so far, so he's one to watch. He's making a good challenge there, and but Parisian, he gets it forward, challenging for it there towards Williams. The ball played back in field to Alcantara. Plays that cross ball, looking for Hospitalis. Will he keep it in? Yes, he does. As Hospitalis on that moving, going up that right side, looking for some support away by. So just about 3 minutes played so far. Still no goals. Fatima having the best chance so far. That ball is played back towards Hospitalis and sent upfield. Takes control for Speyside, sends it long forward. It's picked up by Williams. He gets it to the Gans. The Gans playing it wide to Nunes. Nunes starting to come forward, gets it to Williams. As Williams, the leading goal scorer for Fatima so far. Ball played in field. This is Romani. Chips it nicely towards Bailey, the skipper, Christian Bailey, and that's, well, I was going to say that's a foul. Referee's playing the advantage as Bailey. That's one is going to be a foul, and it's going to be a free kick for Fatima. So the number 33 on his back, in fact, Brent, is Christian Bailey. There he is. He's
been very positive in his play so far. Of course, taking on his man, eventually being pulled down. That's good, bright, positive play by the captain.
So he's going to take the free kick as the number 4 comes up from the back in in Atherton.
That's a good ball.
Ends up this. He strips on the ball, but the shot comes a little bit of a deflection, but straight into the hands of goalkeeper Fraser. Fraser with a long kick. Williams is going to be there. He's heads it, but it comes towards Trim. Trim in possession. Does well. Being confronted by Hospitalis. And Hospitalis wins it. Is he going to save it from going for a corner? He does well in the end, but I think in the end, let's see, the assistant referee is saying it's going to be a corner.
Yeah, and that's a correct call. Maybe he could have played it out of touch. He felt that he didn't have to. Of course, we look at coaching staff there, Speyside High. They must be thinking that today's game, if they can stay in it, and of course keep the healthy started 11 on the pitch, Colin, they may have at least a chance of competing.
Well, it's going to be a left-sided corner for Speyside High, too close to the keeper.
Oh, that's rough.
Yes. Oh, couldn't get away with it. The keeper did well, so it's going to be a free kick. Edwards sending that over onto that left side, gets it towards Williams. He's trying to switch the play, looking for the Gans, but it's picked up here in the back by Dalrymple. Plays it long forward, looking for Trim, but this is Bailey, the skipper. Has Hospitalis and Romani in Alcantara, in support. Goes back towards Atherton. This is Williams. Fatima moving the ball nicely at the back. Nunes gets it forward. This is Alcantara. Goes all the way back to Williams. Gets it to Atherton. That's a good ball. This is played through to Bailey. The Gans playing it through to Bailey. Gets the cross in. It's a little too far. Goes beyond Williams, but it's picked up here by Romani. Sends it in field, just over the head of the Gans. Cleared away by Brooks as the drizzle is coming down here at the Fatima ground, and this is going to certainly change the conditions if this persistent shower continues. But it's Trim.
Too much on it. Way too much on the pass there. They do look a danger, Speyside, when Trim in particular picks up the ball in transition. And it's been all Fatima so far. As the rain becomes an issue now, Colin.
It certainly is. Well, this is Nunes getting it to Romani, trying to get Nunes back and plays it out. It's going to be a throw for Speyside. Yeah, this rain is going to certainly become an issue. And Brent, when you look around, it's going to get heavier, and I would think it's going to be last for quite a while. But this is Fatima back in possession. Ball is played at the back to Atherton, playing it towards Bailey. Bailey staying very wide, confronted by Trim or by Brooks, but he's looking to get it towards Mason. This time it's Hospitalis picking it up. Atherton, Alcantara, back to Hospitalis. A little bit patient game they're playing now. Wide is Bailey. Alcantara looking to switch the play towards Williams, and this is Williams. Sends it inside. Mason. Oh my word! It wasn't Mason. It was DeGans coming in there. Couldn't get his head onto it. Well,
I didn't think it was a bad ball into the box. Just didn't get to its target there. Thought the Gans may have lost flight of it a bit. But Speyside seems quite comfortable in sitting deep in a low block as we have another look at the opportunity. The ball plays across.
There was the Gans coming in at the end.
Maybe could have curved his run a bit more, yeah.
But here comes Speyside. Edwards does well. Gets it out to Atherton. This is the Gans all the way back towards Atherton. This is Williams. Fatima looking to get possession of this. Fatima trying to play out from the back. It's with Nunes. Gets it to Williams, the top scorer for Fatima so far with 5 goals. Looking to come forward, and the cross ball coming from Romani. Comes off of the defender in Batiste, and it goes behind. It's going to be a throw for Fatima. Throw quickly taken. This is Alcantara. Hospitalis coming forward, looking to have a crack. Never got over it. Goes high over the bar, and it's going to be a goal kick for Speyside. Coming up to 10 minutes so far, or 9.5 minutes in this game. Still await the first goal as Parisian. Long ball forward, looking for Toppin. Or actually, it's yes, looking for Toppin, but he loses out as the boys in yellow come forward again, and it's a free kick as Mason is brought down. So it's going to be a free kick for Fatima.
Of course, Coach Hudson Charles there, head coach of this Fatima College team. Impressive start to the season. He would be happy with the possession that they've had, but I don't think he'll be too happy with the creation of chances. They've had balls into the box, but they haven't been able to execute.
Yes, I think
this may be a chance, yeah.
Mason was guilty. He should have scored within the first 2-3 minutes of the game. But here's the free kick from Nunes. Hits the wall. So the ball did its job. That's coming away with it is Trim. But Fatima quickly regained possession. It's Alcantara. He goes wide to Williams. He chips it in field. Headed away. And finally cleared downfield by Eastman. But it's going to be picked up by Williams. And Fatima is going to come again. So Speyside under some real pressure at the moment. The Gans can't control it. Gives it back to Hospitalis. He chips it forward, but too close to the keeper. And Mason couldn't get there. And it's going to be kick with the keeper, but he elects to throw it out.
They need to possess the ball, Colin. Speyside. They can't keep defending like this deep and giving away the football.
Well, this is wide. Is Nickel Williams plays it in field, looking to get it to Toppin. Toppin has a try, but it goes over the bar.
I tell you what, I was extremely ambitious.
So here goes Fatima with possession, getting it wide to Hospitalis. This is the Gans. Bailey That's a good ball. Getting it up to Mason. He's looking for some support. He's getting it wide. In comes Williams. That's it. 1-0. Really a good movement here by Fatima, but I think it's an offside, is it? Let's see. They're celebrating, and I think no, it's there is no flag, Brent, so it seems that the goal will stand because Williams came from a deep position and a really excellent goal, good cross ball, Brent, and a good finish.
Yeah, good finish. I thought that Mason was offside. This run here, Colin, I thought he left a bit early and he may have strayed into offside position. Nevertheless, it's a good ball into the box.
And a good finish.
And a good finish by the top marksman.
Chime Williams.
Williams there into the back of it. The ball seemed to be played a little bit behind him, but he adjusted well and slid the ball into the back of the net. Nothing less than Fatima College deserves here.
Well, this is Hospitalis. Getting it to Williams. Nunes. Alcantara. It's Fatima. Really, they've had the bulk of possession, has given it back. This towards Mason. It goes to Williams, the goal scorer. Goes back to Nunes. It's a good ball to DeGans. He's all over the field. Looks to come inside and clear the way onto him. But here comes Speyside, trying to put something together as they're looking to come forward through Gray. Gray looking to get Toppin involved, but eventually it goes to Williams, Nickel Williams. As Speyside with Eastman trying to get something together. Fortunately, Trim is not able to, but he does well in the end as he was getting the better of Hospitalis, and Hospitalis had to pull him down. So they've got a free kick.
He's done very well there. That's a lot better by Speyside, stringing together 2-3 passes, eventually getting Trim on the outside there. And they're going to have to be brave on the football if they want to get back into this football game. I do think that they have the quality within the ranks, Colin. It's just that they seemingly have not really settled yet.
Well, it's going to be Eastman with the free kick. Young Lennox Eastman. Just a two-man wall, both Bailey and Hospitalis at the moment. Keeper Tristan Edwards is satisfied with those two men in the wall. As Eastman with the free kick. He goes for goal, but that's a poor kick. It goes way over the bar, and Tristan Edwards judged it well and allowed it to go through, so it's going to be a goal kick for Fatima. Just about coming up to 15 minutes. As that ball is played towards Bailey. Takes it down well. Chip ball forward by Alcantara for an overlapping Hospitalis. Excellent tackle coming in there from Brooks. And the ball came off of Hospitalis, so it's going to be a throw for Speyside. This is Eastman, but one back by Fatima. It's with Alcantara, looking to go back and decides he's got some room in front of him, comes forward with it, gets it to DeGans, looks to have a shot, comes off of Burnett, and it's going to be a corner for Fatima. 15 and a half minutes gone. Fatima lead by 1-0.
It's been one-way traffic, Colin, really, in this fixture so far. I think from a Fatima College perspective, and the amount of possession they've had, they may feel that they should be more than one goal up. Certainly. But the thing that troubles the Fatima College team so far is they just haven't created the amount of chances as it relates to the amount of possession they've had.
Well, here is the corner. And the heads go up, and it's another goal. This time it seems to be Williams. It is the central defender coming up from the back, Jaden Williams. It was a good corner. It's hung in the air, really, and Williams attacked it and headed it beautifully into the back of the net, and Fatima now go 2-0 up.
It's a top finish there by Williams. Like when a centre half comes in and demands and make it his, Look at that by the big fella. There was only one winner there, Colin, and that was Williams. Made it his, powered through, and nestled into the back of the net. Not bad for the celebration as well. There you go, 2-foot tackle. Williams with the celebration. Fatima with 2 goals.
He had Dalrymple for company, and he was all over Dalrymple. Dalrymple never really challenged for it, and as you rightly said, he wanted that ball for himself. There's going to be a throw for Fatima, as Hospitalis is going to take it. Throws it infield towards, let's see, that's Alcantara. Goes back to Atherton. This is the goal scorer of the second goal, the central defender in Jaden Williams, Nunes. Alcantara is free as a bird. He decides to play it long, looking for Digans. This time it's Mason, but foul. He's brought down. It's going to be a free kick for the Mukarapu boys. So 2-0, and we're just about coming up to 18 minutes, as the referee was not happy with that free kick. The ball was not settled. Interesting, they went wide towards Bailey, who's free as a bird. So Trim is coming back now to pick him up. So I think they will have to think of something else at this point in time. Williams is over the ball. Is he going to go to goal from here, Brent?
Why not? He's already scored one. Have another goal.
Yes, but just wide. Oh, it had some power, but the direction was just off. It's amazing when you score a goal, Brett, you think one is not enough.
But I'm looking at his technique. He struck straight through the football. I think he's not a stranger for those sorts of opportunities. Certainly had the confidence that he could hit the back of the net.
That's right.
The power was there, as you rightfully said. The direction just a little bit wayward. Well, can't blame the young fella.
But he loses out. It's picked up here by Mason. Going wide is Nunes. He's come up from the back. And but it's won back here by Batiste. As Speyside trying to play out, but they give it away. Eventually cleared away by Dalrymple. And Fatima trying to gain possession in terms of trying to work their way out of that tight corner. Nunes. Eventually they decide to go all the way back to Williams. Interesting scoreline in St. Benedict's St. Augustine game. Brent, St. Benedict's leading by 4-0. Tell you, St. Augustine in real trouble. I think they're going to go down, the Green Machine. But here's Bailey.
That's late.
And he's fouled, so Fatima have another free kick.
Well, they're starting to lose their rag a bit, the Speyside team. Late challenges, erratic decisions. As we take another look at that, that's very late. I'll tell you what, he's very lucky not to get into the officials.
Quinton Brooks is the man.
Yeah, because to me it was late, and a little bit of stud showing as well.
Well, Williams hasn't come up for this, so let's see who's gonna take it. It looks to be, it looks to be Nunes with his left foot. So the left back has come forward to take this free kick. A 3-man wall. Let's see, Nunes with the free kick. Oh, that's a good save. Good free kick and a good save. As it's going to be a corner. Yes, it goes out. That wasn't a bad free kick, Brent. The idea was good. Getting it around the wall to the left of the keeper.
Yeah, it's a good free kick. Bit of a photography save there by the goalkeeper. Getting out there. Young Fraser in goal.
There's Bailey with the corner. Header coming in, but seems to be Atherton, the other central defender, has come from the back with that header, but went straight to the keeper. Didn't have any power.
That's well played there by the captain.
Yes,
really well played.
And he's actually won the throw. Just a further update. It's 5-0 now to St. Benedict's. That could be I'm not too sure what type of score that will be at the end, but it could certainly get into double figures.
Oh, we talked about it in a build-up. to today's game about St. Augustine and the challenges they've had coming into this season. Of course, a very young squad. But as you've said, Colin, when you come into this competition, you have to know.
That's right.
You've got to know what this is all about. And as fortunate the situation is, it really is disappointing to hear, particularly with the history that St. Augustine have in this competition.
Yeah. Well, this is Alcantara. Oh, that's a good ball towards Bailey, but Brooks intercepts. He had to. And he gives it away. He gives it away now to Bailey. The ball from Mason. Eventually, Brooks is clearing it, but it's going to come right back. This is Mason looking for the shot. Finally, it's cleared downfield. But it's Hospitalis in possession. Gets it to Bailey. Sending it. This could be trouble, but it eventually cleared downfield by Batiste.
It's got to be a foul.
So a free kick for Speyside.
Looks like a substitution.
Yes, Speyside looking to make a substitution. I think 17 has come off, which is Batiste. Yeah, Kaylan Batiste, the right back, he's made his way off. Number 17. And is it number 15 has come on? Kamani Allen?
Looks like 18.
18?
Yeah.
So it's we'll make that confirmation of that substitution in a minute, as Fatima trying to come away with it through Atherton, gets it to Williams, the goal scorer, or the scorer of the first goal, I should say. Actually, it's both Williams. Chime Williams scored the first one, and Jaden Williams scored the second. So it's the Williams show so far, as coming forward with it is Toppin. So the substitution, in fact, is Kamani Allen. He's come on for Kaylan Batiste. So this is Bailey going by his man easily. Can he find... this is another goal. What a good goal. What a good goal from the Gans. And Bailey, all made through Bailey. He went to the byline. He got wrong Brooks. He squared it back. And the Gans just ran onto it beautifully and smacked it to the left of the keeper. He got his hand to it, Brent, but it was too hot to handle.
Yeah, too hot to handle again. Good play on the wide here by Bailey. Evading his marker. Good cut back. And the Gans with a solid finish. Fraser had absolutely no chance. Quality ball in. The Gans with the finish. All Fatima College so far, 3-0.
So St. Benedict's leading 5-0 against St. Augustine, and Fatima leading 3-0 against Speyside. So just about 25 and a half minutes gone, and Fatima really, they're relentless, Brent. They're closing down quickly. They're knocking the ball around nicely, and they're creating chance after chance. This is Nunes. Plays that ball in field as Fatima look to go again, searching for Bailey, but Brooks is there. He clears it downfield. It's picked up by Alcantara. Look at the space he's got. He can do what he wants with the ball. He can go right, he can go left. He's giving it now to Hospitalis. Bailey plays the ball to the overlapping Hospitalis. Good strong challenge coming in from Dalrymple, and he couldn't keep it in. It's going to be a throw for Fatima, which is going to be taken by Hospitalis. Gets it back to Bailey. Switches the play nicely towards Nunes. Noons coming forward with it. Eventually, it's picked up by Romani. He has a shot, never got over it. Suppose that's probably the disappointing aspect so far. The disappointing aspect so far, Brent, is that they're just not getting over the ball. But at 3-0, I just understand that St. Benedict's now, they lead by 6-0.
And you would expect that scoreline to continue to climb down there between St. Benedict's and St. Augustine, which makes, of course, the group fixtures, as we talked about at the top of the program, with Fatima, St. Benedict's and Naparima College, all vying, 3 teams vying for 2 spots.
Well, here is the man who came on as a substitute, Alain, playing a ball over onto that far side. It's with Trim. Trim has gone over to the right. Looks to play it back. Gets it towards Williams. Eventually, it's picked up here by Williams of Fatima. So lots of Williams on the field. There's a Nickel Williams from Speyside. There's Chime Williams and Jaden Williams from Fatima. As we talk, Jaden Williams, he plays it to his keeper. Understand Naparima is leading by 1-0, is it? And they're playing St. Anthony's. So the 3 top teams so far, all in the lead. This is Hospitalis. Goes past his man easily, goes past Alain. Then goes past Dalrymple. Plays it back to the Gans. And that's a good challenge in the end, coming from Eastman. So it's picked up by Dalrymple. He sends a long ball, but he can't find Trim. And the rhythm section of Fatima has started, Brent.
Didn't know Fatima had a rhythm section.
They have an excellent rhythm section, Brent. I'm not sure they bring out the steel band today, but excellent rhythm section. But here goes Fatima, as talking about a rhythm. They're certainly playing very well indeed at the moment. And it's going to be a foul committed on Burnett. So Burnett himself takes the free kick, gets it forward towards Gray. Gray plays it to Nickel Williams, gets it forward to Toppin. Toppin, twisting, turning with it, decides to go all the way back to Burnett. That ball played towards Brooks. Quickly on him let's see, that was Bailey. Alain plays it down the line, looking to get it towards Eastman, and it's going to be a through for Speyside.
What I've enjoyed with the Fatima performance, Colin, not just the possession they've had, but their work rate to get the ball back. It has been excellent. They've shown a great appetite in trying to win the football back, and sometimes when a team goes 3 goals up, they become very lax, but they haven't shown any of that. No, the team with an appetite. That's a good sign. It shows every reason why they've done so well so far this season.
That's cleared up field, looking for Mason. Mason in a real tussle with Burnett. Burnett comes out the winner, but he loses it. Again, sent towards Mason. Mason eludes Williams.
It's a good challenge.
Strong challenge coming in from Burnett, and it's going to be a throw for Fatima. Yes, there is the rhythm section, Brent. You're jumping off your seat, I see. Relax, relax.
I was more entertained by the music played before, Colin.
Yes.
Some good selections.
The ball played forward, and it's going to be a corner for Fatima. Half an hour gone. Fatima lead by 3-0. Goals coming from Chime Williams, Jaden Williams, and Aidan DeGans.
Well, I must say there is a vibe here at the ground. There's a feeling that Fatima College can go all the way. Of course, as we see the Iron Man knocking his iron, there's a lot of confidence within the camp, and rightfully so.
Even a lot of the old boys, Brent, have told me here is the corner, headed away. It goes towards Gray, but they give it away again. We see Fatima trying to win it back as fast as possible. Williams getting it to Noons. Nunes playing a good ball forward, looking for Romani. Still Romani, and eventually wins a through. Even a lot of the old boys, you see them coming out to support Brent, and there's that feeling that Fatima is back. Having been relegated, back in the thing in this group, and feeling that they could come out of the group and get into that big four.
Oh, we've seen many times when a team's been relegated and then promoted, they do struggle when they come back into the competition. And for Fatima to be relegated and now their first season back in it, to be challenging the way that they are, of course, not just for the top group spot, but arguably one of the better teams we've seen so far this season. It's really a true testament to the program, the school, of course, the coaches, and more importantly, the young players.
I tell you, the Big Four is going to be really competitive. It's looking like it's 4 or 5. Fatima, Benedict's, and Naparima from this group, and of course Presentation and Samoa already through from Group B.
Yeah. And I think when you take that into perspective, and now that we've seen all the teams play, Colin, it's going to be a tough one.
I tell you though, it's in Fatima's hands. St. Benedict's got to beat Naparima. Somebody there's going to drop points, and Fatima has the easier run in. Once they win their games, then they'll qualify. But I tell you, I must admit, I like Benedict's as well. I think they're a really good team.
Yeah, they're solid in every department. Yeah. And I think that's something that throughout the games we've seen, it's the only team that can boast of that.
Well, this is the Gans. Williams had to hustle to get it. Did well in the end. Gets it to Nunes. This is Williams. Chime Williams. So Kym Williams, Brent, getting his 6th goal for the tournament so far. Leading goal scorer for Fatima. So there is Parisien, the skipper, getting it to Alain. Plays it back to Brooks. Trying to get Alain on the run, but Hospitalis is there. You're looking, Brent, as well at the Fatima team, and everybody seems to know their role and what they have to do. Here is the Gans. He's all over the field, isn't he? He looks a good player. This is Bailey. I like Bailey as well, wide on the right side. Looking for the 1-2 with Mason, but it goes back to the Gans. Trying to switch that play towards Williams. Still Williams there, tries to win a corner. He does get it through. So Fatima with a throw. Well, Benedict's have gone 7-0 up now. I really feel it for St. Augustine. They've come in with a young team, as the coach said. As we saw them against St. Anthony's, they didn't do too badly. They lost 3-2. But in other games, they've been literally hammered.
Well, it was signs there in the St. Anthony's game that they could improve. But outside of that, it's been a challenge. As a corner kick here for Fatima College. Ball easily cleared there by Speyside. Fatima still on the offensive. Ball is played around. Push all the way across to Bailey. Horse ball in. Guns there. It's another corner to Fatima College. They really started to turn on the pressure even further here on Speyside High. You have to wonder just what the number will be going into the half time. It's 3-0 now. Fatima on the offensive, corner by the guards, ball swinged in. And the referee points to the goal kick. Some respite here for Speyside High. Bailey on a challenge. Speyside still keeps possession. And easily won back by Fatima College as they start another attack.
Possession as this is Noons looking to play it in field towards Alcantara. It's picked up by Roman. He goes wide to Hospitalis. Hospitalis getting it towards Bailey. Bailey looking for that run of Mason. Mason picks it up nicely. Looking to go forward. Is he fouled? Yes, he is. It's going to be a free kick for Fatima. They lead by 3-0. Coming up to 38.5 minutes of this game.
It's really been one-way traffic as we take another look there at that infringement.
So Bailey with the free kick himself. Was the man brought down? Free kick, the heads go up, headed away this time by the Parisian and sent downfield. It's going to be a throw for Fatima.
They haven't given much of an opposition, have they, Speyside? They've sat deep. They've been second best to most of the 50-50 challenges. And Fatima has always been the aggressor in this competition. Even when it seems like they should even win the football.
Yeah, but here is Hospitalis over on that in a centre-back position, strangely enough. And this is Williams getting it to Digans. He's playing it towards Atherton, who's on that forward run. This is a good run from Atherton. Gets it to Bailey. Let's have a look at that cross comes in. And they twisted and turning with it. There was Romani. But it goes to Mason. And still, Speyside can't get it clear. It's with Atherton. Oh, my word. They eventually get it forward. And it's still Fatima in possession. Digans goes back towards Williams. Williams playing that ball wide to Bailey. Bailey sending it forward. And header just over the bar. Well, Williams should have had his second. He came in, a lovely cross ball. It was just chipped in field, and he came in, he met it nicely, and Brent, he should have put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, an inquiry there within the Speyside charges. But a lot of finger pointing, and Williams snuck in between the two defenders. Eventually when he got there, I think he himself was surprised that he was first to the ball. So he got there, got his head on it, but it just really lacked direction.
This is Alain at the moment, just giving it back towards Brooks. He's playing it forward, getting it down towards Eastman, who is not able to get it, and it's picked up by this is Jaden Williams. Back to goalkeeper Edwards. Jaden Williams coming forward with it. Look at the room he's got in front of him. Plays that long ball towards that's the other Williams. KM Williams. But it goes out. Is it going to be a corner? I think the referee is indicated, Brent, that it's a corner. But a long ball again for Williams to chase. And was able to get there just before the defender, and who had to play it out for a corner. The shot comes. This is Bailey. Does well. Does very well. Comes inside of this man. Should have crossed it. But he's looking to take on. Is that Brooks? No, it's looks to be Ali, the man he's taking on there. Ball quickly sent towards Atherton. Back to Hospitales. Sends the cross in. Goes towards offside. As the Gans was in an offside position. And you really and truly should not have been offside there. He was
looking along the line.
Yeah, he was looking along the line.
Has been a very good performance by Fatima College so far, as much as some of it is aided by a very poor performance by Speyside, and poor in the sense that they just have not given Fatima anything to think of, both offensively and defensively. They've sat deep. Second to everything. Maybe this can be a chance for them here.
It's a good 1-2 between Allen and Eastman, and he can't keep it in, and it's going to be a goal kick. Not a bad idea. Eastman played it Allen played it into Eastman, and he went for the return ball. It was hit just a little bit too far ahead of him.
Well, they've had flashing moments of that sort of football, Speyside, but I think I'm even being generous in saying the word flashing. It's been one or two occasions, but when they've done it, they've gotten up, of course, into the Fatima third, defensive third, and look relatively dangerous.
So here is Williams getting it to Alcantara. He goes back, gets it back to Jaden Williams. This time it's Atherton. Given away. Eastman did well. Actually, that's not Eastman, that's Dalrymple, who's come all the way from the back. But he's left it opening now, and Bailey can exploit it. Gets it to Atherton. Man slips. Atherton looking to go around his man. The keeper does well, and let's see, the referee is claiming it's a foul by Atherton, so it's going to be a free kick for Speyside. Seeing some of the Fatima old boys here, Scott Rodriguez, who was very instrumental for the Fatima team, together with Anil Roberts, striking as a striking partner in the 80s, Brent, mid-80s. And then you have, I'm seeing here Alcantara's dad as well, somewhere there in the crowd. So that's what I keep saying, you know, the support is always there for a lot of these players.
You talk about Rodriguez, you talk about, of course, that famous John D. Fatima College Ash North Zone final.
Yep, here comes Fatima again, but it's going to be a corner. Yeah, who can forget that?
It probably was replayed about 15 times.
Well, John D won the first game 1-0, and the referee made a mistake. He played 90 minutes. In those days, schools football was 40 minutes a half.
Yeah.
He played 90 minutes. Clive Panton at the time was the principal, and he said to the press after, well, we're not going to protest because it's obvious 90 minutes was played instead of 80. And they replayed the game. Here is the corner. Goes right back. And I think the referee, that's it. So we've played the 45 minutes, Brent, and it's 3-0 to Fatima. And I just wanted to quickly go back to that. And the replay was at St. Mary's Ground. Fatima was leading 3-1 with 10 minutes to go. John D came back. It ended up 3-all. And a replay again was ordered. Anyway, it's the end of the first half here. And what a half for Fatima. 3-0. Certainly deserving of their victory. Well, not victory as yet, but they're well on their way to victory, with goals from the two Williams, Kaim Williams and Jaden Williams, and the third goal coming from Aidan DeGans. And at half, Fatima, they lead here at their home ground against Speyside High by 3-0. We're going to take a break and come back. And Fatima, the home team, the lead at the moment by 3-0 against Speyside High. It was all Fatima in the first half. Let's take a look at the highlights. So there was the referee's whistle, and immediately Fatima were on the front foot. Mason had the first opportunity, and you had to think he should have done better, and the keeper Fraser saving that with his right foot and clearing the danger, but they kept coming at Speyside. The header from Digans, he should have done better. It seemed to just slide off the top of his head and went beyond him. And then this was yet another chance as Mason sends the ball across, but it was not a chance, it was actually a goal. The first one from Kyle Williams, and a great cross. Look at the celebration. And the cross coming from Joshua Mason went to the far post, and Williams finished it. Then the corner. Good header coming in from the central defender in Jaden Williams. He attacked that ball. It was hanging in the air, the corner. He attacked it, and he placed it away from the keeper to make Fatima go into a 2-0 lead. Then this was Bailey going around Brooks and looking around, sees that, sends it right across, and Digans coming in met it beautifully and hit it with that left foot away from the keeper to make it 3-0, and Fatima in complete control, complete charge of this game. So then we had Bailey, what a good ball, crossing that ball, and the header coming, but just going over the bar from Williams. That should have been his goal of the afternoon. So 3-0, Fatima lead. Let's have a look at the stats. I would think it's going to be more in favor of Fatima. Look at the shots. 15 shots to 5. Shots on target, 7 to 3. The fouls, 3 to Fatima, 5 to Speyside. No yellow cards, no red cards. 1 offside for Fatima, none for Speyside. 5 corners to 2, and 4 saves from Speyside High as opposed to 3 from the Fatima custodian. So they highlight the stats totally in favor of Fatima. Let's go to Hans. He's got a very important guest with him.
Well, not just very important, but also one of the coaches that we would have spoken to so much last time around. Angus Eve, now national coach, former national player, and just a man that has contributed so much to football in Trinidad and Tobago. Let us know thoughts on the league.
A little bit disappointed in the format, but you see the kids giving a 100% effort after not playing football for so long. So, it's very interesting, and Fatima today is doing very well throughout the league and really giving themselves a chance to win it all.
What improvements you would like to see in the league generally, and just in terms of football in Trinidad and Tobago at this point?
I think it's difficult to judge the kids on the way they're playing and stuff right now after 3 years and now coming out of a pandemic, not playing any type of football. From a standpoint of that, I would give most of the teams a pass, but at the end of the day, I would have liked to see full league play to give them that opportunity to really have the time to express themselves. Because time you play 5 games and they get going, the league is basically ended.
Well, thank you very much, Coach Angus. Thank you much for your contribution to the Secondary Schools Football League. I mean, you did wonderful service at Naparima College, and obviously we say thank you for your service to Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much, man. Take care. All the best, Coach Angus Eve. Always a pleasure to talk to. Now we take a look at 2 of Fatima's key players, one of our goal scorers today, and their captain.
This role is very important to me because, firstly, the coaches had faith in me to captain the school team, and being a captain for Fatima it's a privilege. We improved a lot from since the beginning. We train as a team, so if we train at 50% today, tomorrow we'll train at 100%. I think we are coming along much better as a team. I'm very excited to be back out playing football because I want to show the community and my friends and family how much I've grown and matured over this COVID pandemic, and I could to show them why I should be playing in this intercal. It's always been a good experience to come and play with the older boys, especially as me being the youngest on the team. So the transition has been tough, but I'd say I'm getting along well. I motivate myself by always trying to put my best foot forward in games and in training, always trying to do the right thing when I have to, not only when the coach is watching, always trying to encourage my fellow teammates to do the right thing. I know everybody has bad days, always trying to encourage them, you know, to be at their best.
Welcome back, folks. I am here with Stephen Williams, who is the team manager of Fatima. Now, you guys are ahead 3-0 right now. How are you feeling about the first half so far?
Very elated, but I think we should have been up a little more, probably about 6 by now. Got some chances there that we didn't finish, but second half is upon us, so hopefully we'll make up for it.
So, any improvements you would like to see in the team going forward, because they still have another match coming up?
Yeah, we have 2 more games before the group stage is finished. Definitely we'd want to start converting our goals to chances, and hopefully we could get prepared for the Big Four.
Okay, thank you so much, Stephen Williams, team manager of Fatima. Right now, we are going to get into the talking with the coach of Speyside. So thank you very much, Stephen Williams.
You're welcome.
Coach, pull it up on your chest. Relax.
With me now is Mr. George, coach of Speyside. So 3-0 down. I know it's not the result you're looking for so far in the first half. What is the plan for second half?
Originally we had set out our tactics to try to counter our opponents, but unfortunately it didn't work. So right now we are going back to the drawing board. We're hoping to have a switch in formation, and hopefully that we could counter their tactics, go out in the second half and get the victory. But we obviously need goals, and I believe we will get it. So
you're confident in your team for the second half?
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. George. And the schoolboy football updates right about now. It's coming up. We have it starting this Friday. A doubleheader, Manning Cup, and on this Friday, doubleheader action, Manning Cup, Edith Dalton James versus Vauxhall High. Then Charlie Smith come up against Tivoli Gardens High. On Saturday, Kingston College clash with St. George's College. More second half action coming up after this.
Welcome back here to Fatima Ground as it's Fatima leading at the moment 3-0 against Speyside High, and we're just about getting ready to start the second half. The players are already on the field, and just some quick before this second half gets going, Brent, half time at St. Benedict's game against St. Augustine, 8-0. Naps leading St. Anthony's by 2-0. And a very interesting result, Carapachima and Pleasantville drawing 3-all. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's just look at this kickoff here for the second half. Fatima now kicking towards the pavilion, and let's just wait and so here is the kickoff in the second half. It's Alcantara, yeah, Brent, and it's 3-all between Carapachima and Pleasantville. That's a very interesting result because it means both teams now have 4 points.
Yeah, and I talked about it being a 6-pointer, Colin. Of course, I felt the winner of that may have bought themselves safety into the division next season. Now it goes into the remaining fixtures.
Yeah.
As much as it's an interesting battle in Group A at the top of the table, it's also very, very interesting at the bottom of the table as well.
Yeah, well,
a lot to play for.
Here's a free kick for Fatima, and it goes to Digans. He has the shot on the turn, and it goes straight to the keeper. No power in the shot, but he took it well. He was on the turn.
Well, it's a lofted ball into the box. The Gans with a good first touch, just never really settled.
He didn't get
the shot off.
Yeah, never got real power behind
it. As we talked about, of course, the relegation battle, Speyside now, with that result between Carapachima and Pleasantville, they go to 4 points. And if this stays as is, Speyside would be 2 points ahead of those two teams. That's and be dragged into this, of course, relegation battle that we're talking about.
I think St. Augustine, you more or less could say they're gone. When I say gone, they're going to be demoted. My concern is it's who's going to finish second bottom in the second bottom.
Yeah.
You know, it could be one of 3 teams.
Well, yeah, and of course, when you look at this Speyside performance here today, you have to scratch your head. This is a team that's in genuine danger now of being relegated or being pulled into a relegation battle. And they've not shown, despite the fact that Fatima has had this superiority, but has been superior in terms of their possession and their approach play, Speyside haven't really given anything.
Well, Dalrymple started to come forward with it. He loses it. This is the Gans. Plays a good ball towards Williams, but a little too far, a little overhit. Couldn't get to it. And it's going to be a goal kick for Speyside.
And it's remarkable, Colin, because it's a Speyside team, as we see one of their players there on the pitch.
Well, here is
Speyside. I'm not sure. It looks like number 10, Colin, for Speyside.
Yeah, he's
Eastman.
Yeah, Eastman is on the ground.
I was about to say Speyside started the season with 2 wins.
Yeah, that's right. And they haven't got a point since then. They've been really struggling. Seem to have lost all confidence. It says the long ball played forward, but it's given away to Williams. He's got the Gans for company. He's also got Romani, but it's picked up here by going forward with it. It looks to be Toppin, still Toppin, but he's surrounded by yellow shirts, and eventually it goes to the Gans. Playing it onto that far side, trying to get it to Bailey. Took it on the chest, but couldn't really control it. Brooks comes away with it, gets it to Alain, back to Brooks, but it's hit too far. It's going to be a throw for Fatima. So going forward with it is Fatima, but Brooks picks it up nicely, gets it to Alain. Eventually Hospitalis wins it. Alain looking for a foul, but it's not given. And coming away with it is Digans, plays it down the line for Hospitalis. He's not going to get there. It's going to be a goal kick for Speyside.
He kept it in play.
Surprised. I thought he would.
I'm surprised as well.
Yeah, I would have let it go for. Anyway, that's confident on his part, but this is Atherton. But what he's done, he's got Fatima coming back at them now. And here goes Bailey. He's had a good game, hasn't he? He's been a real menace on that right side. Chips it in field. Looking for Romani, but it's sent upfield. But Hospitalis quickly wins it back. Digans back to Hospitalis, back to Digans. He has the left footer just wide. Not a bad idea.
No, not a bad idea at all. He's created that space as we see a Speyside player down. It looks like Eastman again. So we take another look at this. Good football there by Fatima College. Digans just teeing himself up and try with that left foot to just squeeze the ball into the goal. As of course Speyside player is down and injured. And you just have to wonder, Colin, as we take a look at some of the Fatima College faithful, how Speyside are going to avoid the drop. Because when you look at, of course, the remaining fixtures, they've got Pleasantville and St. Augustine after this. You would have to think, Colin, that 3 points against St. Augustine is on the cards.
Oh yeah, for sure,
for sure. That might be the 3 points that keep them safe.
To keep them up, yeah. Well, that should be a very interesting. The player is down. I'm not too sure who it is.
It's Eastman.
Is it Eastman?
From as we just got reports that St. Benedict's have gone 9-0 up against St. Augustine.
I think it's going to be double figures for sure. And let me tell you, Brent, they're obviously looking at goal difference as well.
Of course,
Fatima.
Of course.
And
well, you've gotten exactly what you said. It's now 10-0.
Yeah, well,
St. Benedict's against St. Augustine. Now their remaining fixtures, Colin, it's against Pleasantville is one of them, and as you rightfully mentioned, Naparima College.
Well, that's a big one. And the thing is, they can't go into that game thinking that they need to play for a draw.
Yeah.
Because that's all they really need.
Yeah.
But having said that, you can't start a game like, and I don't think Benedict's is that type of team.
No, they're not built that way.
They love to attack. I think they're going to go out in that game against Naps. They're going to try to put pressure on Naparima, and that's going to be a really cracker of a game, I think. Well, here is Fatima still leading by just 3-0. All those goals coming in the first half. We're just about 6 minutes into the second half, trying to get it wide to Williams. As this is Mason. Does well, still Mason. Can he get it across? He does, and that's goal number 4. That is number 4 from Digans. He's got his second, but all the hard work was done by Joshua Mason. Took on the defenders, went to the byline, squared it, and literally Digans walked the ball into the goal. 4-0 now. Digans has his second.
Well, the troubles for Speyside continues into the second half. Ball played across. Digans unmarked despite 2 Speyside defenders in attendance. Couldn't stop it. Great ball played across there. Look at Digans. Well, it looks like it's an own goal, Colin. It is an own goal. The last touch there coming off of the number 4 player, Burnett.
Well,
who inadvertently placed it into the back of his own net. I wondered how Digans was so free on that opportunity, Colin. But that explains it. He didn't need to put it in the back of the net. Burnett did it for him.
Well, so Burnett with the own goal. So that makes it 4-0 now. As this is Bailey. Does so well. As ball is played towards Jaden Williams. Back to Atherton. It's a good ball towards Bailey. Making that run down that right side is Hospitalis. Gets it back to Digans. Goes by his man. Sends the ball across. This is Mason. Has to go back to Hospitalis, who sends it towards Williams. Oh, he tried the volley. Was not bad effort, but still ball in play. Here comes Fatima through Noons. Looking for the shot. Bangs it into the back of the net. 5-0. Well, you have to say They had multiple opportunities to get number 5, and would you believe, the left back coming forward, he took the shot and he put it into the back of the net. 5-0 now, and Fatima continue to go further and further away from Speyside.
Well, the ball he played into the box, eventually ping-ponged about and placed out by that man Nunes. Takes a touch and smacks it into the back of the net. Absolutely no chance by Fraser. Good first touch there by Nunes. Put himself in position and then blasts it by Fraser. I'm not sure if he saw the ball going by him. He certainly see it coming out of the net, Colin, and that's
he certainly did.
5-0 to Fatima.
So 5-0 Fatima leading at the moment, as there comes Fatima again, going down that right side. It's Bailey, comes inside with it, and that's a good save. That's a really good save, and Bailey, he did the correct thing. He went by the defender and tried to place it away from the keeper, and give the keeper credit. Fraser, he did extremely well, was diving to the left, got his legs in the way and stopped it from going in the net. But Bailey did everything right, Brent, except put it in the back of the net.
And he deserves one. He hopefully he's not seriously injured, but it's good play by Bailey. Eventually coming in side of his marker, as we have confirmation of the substitution there. Eastman departing, and Johnson
coming in for him,
coming into the pitch.
Miles Johnson.
But yeah, Mason did everything correct there. Well, there's
it Mason or Bailey? I thought it was
like Bailey. It's Bailey, yeah.
Yeah, Bailey was the one who cut inside.
Yeah, it's a good move by the captain.
Yeah, he did everything right. There is members of the Speyside bench look rather dejected as one. This is. Let's have a look, Brent.
It's a Bailey. Oh, it looks like maybe an elbow to the face there. But once he cut in, he had to place it into the back of the net, either side of course, the keeper, Fraser. But you have to give him credit, Fraser. He closed on the angle quite quickly and really left nothing to Bailey to aim at. Well, we're hearing reports, Colin. I don't know. I don't know if it's true.
Yeah, well.
But St. Augustine scored.
How could you know, Brent, it's amazing. You're leading 10-0. How could you allow the opposition to score? It's amazing. 10-1 now for St. Benedict's. But kudos to them, St. Augustine, not giving up at this point in time. But that's all over, that game. Naparima leading, we understand, by 3-0 against St. Anthony's. They'll be very disappointed as well, Brent, with their season, St. Anthony's.
Well, they have a Fatima as I believe the last game that they play in the season, and I know we were discussing the rivalry between Fatima and St. Anthony's, and it's a team where Fatima of course historically have struggled with, and that's St. Anthony's College.
I tell you what though,
and I wouldn't put it past them to play spoiler.
Well,
I may not mean nothing, of course, if St. Benedict's went on to beat Naparima.
Well, not necessarily, because if, say, Fatima loses a game and Naparima wins their last game, it's only 1 point.
But
I understand. You mean they will go 3 points clear? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Here's a long kick. It's going to go wide. Somehow, I'm looking at this performance, and let's forget Speyside. In terms of their performance, I think Fatima's just overrun them. They've done everything here right. They've put them under pressure when they get the ball. They try to win it back quickly. Their passing has been crisp. They have two wide men in Bailey and Williams have been absolutely good going down the flanks. And, it's been a really good performance. You look at Young DeGans in the middle and Alcantara. They're all over the field. I think it's really a very, very good performance. And any team beats this Fatima team will have to play out of their skin. Well, here is the free kick. Sent forward by CEEN. Goes towards, let's see, that is Trim. But he loses out as Williams is coming away with it, but it's picked up here by CEEN. Gives it away. It's with Williams. Gets it back to Jaden Williams. Keeper Edwards is going to play that long ball, trying to get Mason going, but it's picked up here by Romani. He's another one who's had a good game. DeGans. Going wide is Bailey. And look at Hospitalis go down that right side in the overlapping position. Cuts in with it. Sends the cross in. And that's goal number 5. Goal number 6, sorry. I'm losing count, Brent. Goal number 6. But look at the run from Hospitalis. What a great run. And he played it in field. And let's see, the man who's got the goal, is it Williams? I think Williams, but let's have a look, Brent. Look at the run from Hospitalis.
Well, it was manufactured by Hospitalis, making himself available and serving that one up there for the simplest of tapping for Romani. That's a delicious ball there and a savory finish.
Yep, it was Romani, and easy finish again. And we've seen a lot of the goals just coming from players getting to that byline and playing it back across.
Well, there's a willingness with the likes of Hospitalis and Nunes with right and left back respectively to get forward, Colin, and not just get forward, put quality balls into the box. Where the likes of Williams and Romani, the Gans have feasted off of it. It's been an all-round performance here by Fatima, and we talk so much about their offense. That's good defense. They don't allow their opposition much time in possession. They hound for it as they go looking for more.
Let's see, picking up the ball there is Trim. So Trim playing that ball forward, looking for Toppin, but covering well is Atherton. Gets it back to goalkeeper Edwards. He plays it to Bailey. Bailey chips that ball forward. Lovely ball from Mason, though, but Mason is not going to get there before the defender in Burnett. He plays it upfield. Well, that's Johnson, actually, the man who has come on as a substitute. He's taken a defensive role, a midfield defensive role. A man in this dong on the far side.
Sorry, the Gans.
Yeah, it looks to be the Gans. And still, Jaden Williams playing it. He seems to have gone down with cramp. Sure, Fatima is going to look for a substitute, because leading 6-0, you want to keep your players. In fact, you want to keep all your players fresh, Brent, that when they're ready to play again on Saturday.
And you would think that this one's done and dusted, Colin.
Well, the gun seems to be coming off and coming on. Give you the name of the player in a minute. It's Jose Atong. So Atong is on and the Gans is off. So Speyside trying to come forward with it, but away comes the man who has come on as a substitute. This is Atong. Looking to play it through to Mason, but it's well covered by Burnett, and Mason has brought him down. I think Mason is going to get a card. Yes, he does. So Joshua Mason getting a card here, the yellow. It's going to be a free kick for Speyside High. They're trailing here by 6-0 as they've made a substitution. Dalrymple has come off, and in his place is the number 8, Reyes Gray. But this is Atong, goes back towards Jaden Williams, lays it forward to Kym Williams. Does well, gets by Nickel Williams of Speyside gets a 1-2 with Mason, sends the ball over, but here comes Bailey, plays it back, and he's left it and over the bar. There was Romani leaving it for Alcantara, and Alcantara hit it over the bar. He should have done well, should have done better, Brent, should have had it on target. Excellent play by Romani. Created the dummy and allowed it to go behind him to Alcantara. He never got over it.
Yeah, good build-up play again there by Fatima College. As we have confirmation of the yellow card, Joshua Mason on that, I want to say, out of character challenge there.
Flew in at him, didn't he?
But, of course, they've played well, they've built the ball up well. Of course, I still think the chances that they're creating should have been further ahead.
Well, here is Romani. He's brought down. And going forward with it again is Fatima. And that's goal number 7. Is that, let's see,
Alcantara
with goal number 7. So 7-0 now, and I'm seeing his dad is here and is giving him the fist bump. So young Alcantara makes it 7-0, Justin Alcantara.
It's a good finish. Just slots it into the back of the net. Alcantara has worked hard for the cause for Fatima College, nothing less than he deserves. It's starting to be a bit of a rout.
Yep, 7-0 now. As Speyside with the, I think they've made a sub. I think Mason has come off. Brent, the number 9 Mason, and coming on is Chavez.
Yeah, Michael Chavez.
So Michael Chavez. As Fatima going in search of number 8. This is Hospitalis. Bailey coming inside with it, does well, goes by his man, still is able to get it to the man wide, and he's brought down, and a yellow card is going to come out.
Yeah, that was naughty. It was late, it was high, it was very forceful.
Seems to be burning the man with that tackle.
It's a challenge that could hurt a player.
So he's still down, getting some attention. Let's have a look at it.
Yeah, that was very. He's lucky to be on the pitch.
Well, I was about to say that,
and I was trying not to get to that part of it, but it's just a very dangerous challenge off of his feet, leading in.
You're right. It could so easily have been a straight red.
And you just have to wonder, as we have a look at some of the Fatima faithful, why a challenge like that is necessary. That is just very, very reckless.
I'll tell you something.
And very dangerous.
Brent, I totally agree with you. He's lucky, extremely lucky to be on the field. Extremely lucky.
Well, it's not needed. It's not necessary. No. Your team's down by 7 goals to 0.
Frustration.
It shouldn't lead you to that. Not in this sport. It's not. And I say that in the context that they have important games to come. They have to. If he's red carded here, of course he will have to miss a few games. And I think the referee's been very, very lenient at best.
So the free kick for Fatima is going to be taken by Bailey. Still another 21 and a half minutes to go in this game. It could go into double figures. That's played. The shot from Jaden Williams. It's going to be a corner. Again, a well-worked free kick. I think everybody was expecting that ball to be played into the box. An aerial ball. He played it more or less a ball, not square, but just backward towards Williams, who came and hit it. Didn't get enough power onto it or the direction he would have wanted, but he still won a corner. So this is Bailey with the corner. This is a very good corner going towards the back post. Hits the bar and goes over. So it's going to be a goal kick. It's a ball that is given away, and away goes Trim. Does well. Still Trim. But look at he's being harassed by Noons. Still in possession. Williams comes back to assist, and eventually they play it out, and it's going to be a throw for Speyside. Johnson with this throw sends it forward, looking for Trim. It's picked up by Noons. Looking for Chavez, the man who has come on in as a striker, replacing Mason. This is Alcantara. Gets it wide to Bailey. Look at the room he's got in front of him. Looking to play it to Chavez. Still Bailey. This is Romani. Wide is Williams, who gets it now. Goes back towards Alcantara. Hospital is free as a bird out on that right side. Now being challenged, but he goes past his man. Goes to the byline. Just pure speed. And he's goal number 8. Who's got that one? It seems to be, let's just get it right, it's the substitute, Atong. Yeah.
Has a little shimmy with it as well. Why not?
But again, made by Hospitalis and his run. Brett, he's got some speed, hasn't he?
Well, he's got speed and he's got good intelligence and understanding when he gets the ball. Doesn't panic. We've seen many times a player would have lashed out across. Instead, he tries to play it into Atong. Eventually fights off 3 defenders. Atong, the substitute, and takes it past Fraser. And then Colin, something that you did while you were here, Fatima?
A little bit of a jig, a little bit of a dance. Well, you know, I scored many goals, so you used to see that very regular here at Fatima Ground, Brent.
But I know you couldn't bend your knees even back then, so.
Well, 8-0 now. And as I said, with still 18 minutes to go, we could be looking at double figures here. But Fatima making a substitution. The number 4 is going off. That's Atherton. And the number 11, is that Mango?
Yeah.
Logan Mango is coming on. And Atherton has gone off. Mingo seems to be picking up. Here goes Fatima again, and that's a good challenge, really good challenge coming in from Burnett. It's much better than the one he did previously.
Well, I had my heart in my mouth there, Colin, I must admit, because I thought he was coming with another Burnett special there. I want to think it's frustration, as you rightfully said, Colin, and it's not a malicious play by any stretch of the imagination, but it really was a poor challenge.
And I'm seeing also Brenton number 13 has gone on and is picking up that central defensive position. Not sure who. Let's have a look at that. That's Zamor. Isaiah Zamor has also gone on. So Fatima ringing some changes as Williams trying to go down the line, but it's picked up by Noons. He sends it infield and it's cleared away. It's going to be a throw for Fatima. Yes, there is the confirmation of the substitution, Mingo for Alcantara. So Alcantara has gone off, and then Zamor, he's come on for Atherton. This is Zamor going all the way back to his keeper. Williams, Jaden Williams. Gets it to Hospitalis. We have a SportsMax app moment, but Brent, that could be so many. So it's at the moment, ball sent high up. So Noon's playing it back to goalkeeper Edwards. So this is Romani. Gets it to his right, to Atong. This is Bailey. Oh, that's excellent. Gets it between the referees, played the advantage. Eventually comes to Romani, trying to turn with it. And it's picked up, Speyside coming away with it. But this is Zamor. Noons plays it in field. Mingo gets it to Williams. Williams on the charge. Gets it from Atong. Sends the ball over to the far side. This is Kym Williams. Tries to get past Mikel Williams of Speyside, but it's picked up by Noons. Noons. Is he looking for the shot? Has that left foot. Straight to the keeper. Two men down at the moment. Bailey is down. And it appears one of the Speyside players is also down. So there is Bailey. Tried to go in between two players. Was actually brought down. And the referee played the advantage. He's had a wonderful afternoon. Hasn't scored though. Young Christian Bailey. There is another substitution Fatima looking to make. Let's see who's going to come on. In the meantime, the man Dong looks to be, is it Williams? We see a substitution there. Fatima making another one. Hospitalis, he's had a good afternoon as well. He is off. And Correa, the man coming on. Correa on for Bailey, not Hospitalis. So we just want to make that correction. Hospitalis is on, and Bailey has come off. He's had a long afternoon, a lot of work. I think he deserves that little rest. Christian Bailey said the only thing he hasn't done really is to put the ball in the back of the net, but he's had a really wonderful game. So the referee just waiting for the players to go off before he restarts the game. He's going to give it back to goalkeeper Fraser. So there's confirmation of the substitution. Christian Bailey is off, and Luke Correa is the man on. As we resume here at the Fatima ground, 8-0. Fatima leading at the moment.
I can hear the Fatima College steel band that you talked about, Colin. They're ringing up some tunes. They're present. You did say they would come.
I did say that. I thought it would have come a little earlier after it was about 2 or 3, but I think they were waiting for total dominance. But this is Noons. He's also had a good game. I think most of the Fatima players, Brent, they've played well. But here goes Correa, the man who's come on for Bailey. Getting it to Atong, another of the substitutes. Oh, he's trying to go do it all on his own. Eventually, it came off of a defender. It's going to be a left-sided corner for Fatima. It's been really total dominance here this afternoon by a well-oiled Fatima unit.
Yeah, they've been good value for money, Fatima College. It's one-way traffic. I'm just baffled by, of course, the performance by Speyside this afternoon. They've just not given any sort of effort or input into this particular football match.
Well, you know, it's interesting, but I just think Fatima's overrun them. They've just dominated and overwhelmed them, and I think they just couldn't deal with it. You know, it's amazing. I don't know if you're talking in terms of the fight.
Application to the game. It's even 50-50 balls. You look at Jaden Williams' header. There were 4 Speyside shirts or players within the box, and they just stood there.
Well, here's another corner, and they go up again. This time it's headed away. And look at Hospitalis go.
Well, it was a 70-30 ball, and Hospitalis won it, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, Colin. That particular side of the game, it's just been non-existent by Speyside.
Well, we've just got about 10 minutes left in this game, and I'm sure the Speyside Hyde players would be just hoping for the final whistle as quick as possible. In the meantime, who is down? Let's see. One of the Speyside players at the moment is down.
Just came on. This looks like the number 8, Gray. Reyes Gray.
Yes, that's the man. Yep. Reyes Gray is the man down.
And as of course the inquest has started for Speyside, as mentioned, they've now pulled themselves into this relegation battle, and of course they have a very important game coming up against Pleasantville.
Yeah, that's another big game. And you think if they were to lose that, Brent, they could very well finish second from bottom, which means they would have to have a playoff with the team that finishes second from the bottom in Group B. But here goes Fatima looking to come forward. This is Correa, does well, trying to flick it through towards Romani. That ball sent forward, but Zamor is going to get there before anybody else. Plays it towards Nunes, gets it back to Zamor. Jaden Williams chips it forward, long forward, but it's picked up by Brooks, and that's another strong talent. Well, he's going to get a yellow as well. Is he? Let's see. Yes, he does. So Brooks goes into the book, and he's another one lucky to escape, Brent. It looked very, very dangerous. There's Quinton Brooks. Well, there's Minister Simon de Nobrega. Yes, he's the communications man, so he will be. Wonder if he's supporting Fatima, or he's just come out to look at a good game of football. Look at it, Brent.
That is naughty. That is very, very naughty. And unfortunate, Colin. You just don't want to see that in the game. Period.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter the scoreline, of course. Doesn't matter the circumstances. But when you have those sorts of tackles, as we have, of course, as we have confirmation of the yellow card,
Quinton Brooks. It could have been a red.
It should have been a red. It was late. It was high. and you have to wonder if there's some malice in it as well. As much as at this level you don't want to think that way. I'm disappointed in the challenge. Sorts of challenges.
I just think it's frustration. They're not winning the ball. They're under pressure from minute one. I just think it's frustration. But I tell you what, had the referee got the yellow card out, the red card for Burnett, Brooks would have thought twice making that kind of tackle.
Correct. I agree.
Well, here is a free kick for Fatima. It looks like Jaden Williams is going to take it. So a little bit of a delay. The referee just looking around, waiting. I think Gray is coming back onto the field. So there is Gray has actually been substituted. But in the meantime, play has gone on. And Campbell is the man coming on. Number 14, Trey Campbell. He's come on for Gray. So a right-sided corner for Fatima. Just about 5.5 minutes left in this game. I don't think there'll be much added on time by the referee. Brent, man of the match. There's the ball sent in field. The heads go up, headed over the bar. Could be any one of 6, 8. I think the only one not in contention is goalkeeper Tristan Edwards. Let's have a look, Brent, at the SportsMax app, and there is the moment from the left back in Elijah Nunes, the man putting it into the back of the net. What a good shot. That is your SportsMax app moment. But here comes another one, is it? No. Goalkeeper came out well. Yes, that is your SportsMax app moment. Elijah Nunes with a cracking left footer into the top corner of the net. Gave the goalkeeper absolutely no chance. Here goes Fatima on the attack with Mingo. Getting it back to Jaden Williams. Jaden Williams still in possession, gets it forward, and that's a good strong challenge. Sends it forward. As making that run was Jack, trying to get possession. He has also come on as a substitute. But it's played out, and they've Alice trying to a little bit of pushing his part, so it's going to be a free kick for Speyside.
It's a tough one, man of the match. Colin, I've seen that it's a Fatima College game. I will give you the honours, my friend, of choosing that one.
Whoa, that's a tough one. I tell you, I like Aidan DeGans. I thought he had a really good game.
He pulled the strings.
Yeah,
Fatima.
And, he was all over the field. Was substituted because of a slight knock. Scored.
I'm have to throw my hat in the defenders. Jaden Williams, of course.
I thought he did well.
Hospitalis.
The thing is with the Hospitalis was excellent as well. The thing with the defenders,
nothing to do.
I mean, they're really, very rarely were they put under pressure. Hospitalis was making those runs going down the right side. He was excellent, I thought. Nunes was excellent. Not as busy as Hospitalis, but Nunes supported the play well. Was there for the free kicks, had the goal. So as I said, it could be a number of players. Alcantara in the middle did very well. Christian Bailey. The only thing, here's a ball in the box and they get it.
This is a goal. Has to be a goal, Colin.
Let's have a look. Nope, it's blocked by a numerous amount of defenders. Yeah. Christian Bailey is one. The only thing, and I think you made the point, he didn't score a goal.
Yeah, he didn't score.
But he was excellent.
Maybe you give a group trophy for man of the match. I'm sure that's possible.
I would like to go. I would like to go with Aidan DeGans. I think he was excellent. He was all over. Every time you looked, Aidan DeGans was on the ball.
That's a handball. It's lucky to get away with it.
Here is Correa, is it? It looks like Correa. No, it's not. It's this guy's another chance. Oh, he's banged it wide. Romani could have found himself on the score sheet as well, but he hit it wide.
He'd be disappointed he didn't hit the target there. Did everything correct, but hit the net.
8-0. And is it Romani looks to be the player down as play is going to continue. We're in the final minute. It's won back here by Mingo. Strong challenge coming in from Williams. This is Nunes playing that ball towards let's see, that is Mingo getting it towards Atong. The shot comes, he takes a deflection. He says Mingo looking for Chavez. He was the one who had the shot that ricocheted. One minute of added on time. We've played the 90 minutes.
I just heard a result come in there. It's 13-1 to St. Benedict's.
Oh.
Punishing score.
Yeah, it's St. Benedict's really and truly. It's a huge gap, Brent, between St. Benedict's, Naparima, Fatima, San Juan, and presentation to some of the other teams. So St. Benedict's has moved to the top of the table on goal difference. But then they still got that Naparima game.
Yeah.
What a game that should be. So it seems to be Romani, the man coming off the field. A couple of the spectators and of course the coach of Fatima. It's Romani going behind the goal, limping off. So we've played the 1 minute of added on time, but the referee is going to probably just add a few seconds. No, he will not. That is the end of the game here. A comprehensive victory for Fatima College against Speyside High. A victory by 8-0, and you have to say a thoroughly deserved victory. They led 3-0 at the half and another 5 goals in the second half. That meant that they thoroughly outplayed a Speyside team that never really got going. So Fatima, there is confirmation of the score. 8-0. Fatima College beating Speyside High. So let's have a quick look at the highlights. As the game started, there was a drizzle to start with, and there is the first goal. The cross from Mason going to Williams, and just like that, it was 1-0. And then the header from Jaden Williams, the central defender, who came up from the back to make it 2-0. As Brent was saying, he was never challenged. And Bailey with the ball coming across. DeGans, he came in for goal number 3. He placed it away from the keeper, and that was it at half-time. Into the second half, Mason with a run. Lovely ball across, and again, it seemed to be an own goal. It was an own goal. DeGans was the man behind, was it Burnett, he put it into his own net. And then this one, the fifth one, coming from Nunes. He hit it hard, he hit it into the top corner. The goalie had absolutely no chance. That was 5-0 to Fatima. Nunes getting on the score line. And then Hospitalis sending it across for Romani to make it 6-0. And the scoring was not done yet. Fatima were all over the Speyside team. Then a 1-2. Alcantara, he got onto the score sheet to make it 7-0. And the final one here coming off the boot of the substitute Atong, who made it 8-0. And Fatima easily winning this game. Never really raised a sweat, and it was an excellent performance by the Fatima team. Let's have a look at the stats.
Well, it was all one-way traffic, as the stats pointed at. 51 shots on goal by Fatima College, 5 by Speyside High, 16 of the 31 on target, 3 of Speyside's High, 3 of the 5 on target, 3 fouls by Fatima College, 8 by Speyside, 3 cards in the game collectively, 2 for Speyside High, 1 for Fatima College, 1 offside in the game that went to the boys from Fatima College, 8 corners for Fatima College, 2 for Speyside High School, and 3 saves by Fatima College, 8 by Speyside High School. One-way traffic, total dominance by Fatima College. But now we get a chance to have a conversation with Siobhan.
Much, Brent. So right now I'm here with man of the match, Aidan Degan. So this trophy belongs to you. Congratulations. And it is for your overall play, and you scored the 3rd goal of the match. How are you feeling right now about Fatima's 8-0 win today?
I feel very good. We came out today and we did what the coaches wanted us to do, so I'm very pleased with the team's performance.
So if you had to say something to your fellow teammates right now to help, really motivate going forward in the other matches you have coming up, what would you say to them?
Well, to just keep working hard in training and keep the unity in the team for the further games. Okay, so I'm going to let you continue, go and celebrate with the rest of your team. So congratulations again to you. Thank you. You're welcome. Have a good one. Yes, right now we're going to toss it over to Hans, who is going to have a chat with today's coaches.
Joined by Akko George, coach of Speyside High. Not the results you'd have wanted. When we look at the form guide, you all started off with 2 wins and now 3 losses down the road, unable to score since your last win. What do you attribute it all to?
Well, first of all, I got to say congrats to Fatima, game well played. If you're not prepared with your equipment, you can't execute as well as you should, and the weather requires to have a different footwear, right, and you can see today that everybody is slipping and sliding all over the place, so the conditions won't change, so we have to find a solution.
All right, so what are some of the things that the team is going to work on moving into the next few games?
Right, well, we have shipped a lot of goals in the past couple of games, so we have to go back to the drawing board and rectify the defensive aspect. We can't keep blaming the conditions. It have to be something that we're not doing or something that we can do to adjust to the conditions as best as we could.
Thank you very much, Speyside High coach Akko George. All the best in your next few games to come. Here with the coach of the moment, coach of Fatima College. 8-0 win today. How are you feeling?
8-0. I'm feeling very good right now. We set out actually win some trophies this season.
Yeah, after coming back inside.
Yeah, after coming back because, we got regulated in 18.
Yeah.
We got promoted in 19 and the pandemic coming hit. So I think this season, we set our goals, and one of our goals is to play in the finals.
All right.
Right?
Well, all the best of luck with that. From what I heard, the team is a team that actually was an under-14 team that you all have just been working with over the years.
Well, most of the guys came up from the U16s. Mm-hmm. Right now is their time to show, and what a show they have been performing so far.
Well, we look forward to more Fatima College, St. Augustine, then St. Anthony's College, and hopefully y'all can jump into the Big Four and probably take home the trophy.
Well, that is the plan. Right, so we just want to thank everybody, all our supporters, and we're looking forward to our next game, which is most important, in Augustine. looking for 3 points.
Well, all the best to you, coach, and all the best to Fatima College. Take care, man. Blessings. All right, we're looking at our double header this Saturday, our next match day. It's going to be a big one. We're talking about top of the table. Siawa North Secondary School going up against Presentation College at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. And in the other matchup, St. Benedict's College going up against Naparima College. And also in Jamaica, schoolboy football, some big fixtures in the Manning Cup doubleheader on Friday. Edith Dalton James go up against Vauxhall High at the Tony Spalding Complex, St. Andrew. And then when we look at that day as well, we get ready for Charlie Smith going up against Tivoli Gardens High. And on Saturday, we get ready for Kingston College, KC, going up against St. George's College at Stadium East in St. Andrew. Score today, Fatima College 8, Speyside High unable to get the ball in the back of the net. Well, this is where we close off today. We say thank you for watching us here inside the Tiger Tank Secondary Schools Football League Premiership Division. This is where we close off. I'm Hans Devines on behalf of the entire SportsMax team. Thank you for watching. We leave you with some images of today.